Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will be sharing with you some tactical analysis on the Bitcoin chart, and we will be taking a look at what Bitcoin's next move could possibly be. And with that being said, we will be taking a look at both bullish and bearish scenarios. So let's get right to the charts. And we will start over here on the 1 week chart for Bitcoin on the Binance exchange, which we can see Bitcoin is currently in an uptrend, and we set an all-time new high right around 69,000. Now, if I add back in my Fibonacci extension levels, we can see a few key levels we are shooting for. After breaking above our all-time high once again this week, I am expecting the bulls, if they're going to step up, to push this price up to this Fibonacci level, which is the 1272 level, which is right at 74,659. Let's just call it 75,000. However, they failed back here to do that, and the market sold off. We did then recover, got back above the previous all-time high this week, but again, we see this big wick and a sell-off towards the downside. Now, you could not argue that this is not bullish movement. However, these big wicks to the downside are actually bearish. And the fact we have these two indecision candles, and now this week's candle looks like it's going to set up to be a pretty weak candle as well. The bears could be set up for an opportunity to take control of this battlefield and push this price back down at a minimum to the 60,000 level, which was previous resistance and is kind of acting as support for the current Bitcoin price. However, if the bears are able to break down through 60,000, then I would fully expect a sell-off down to the 786 level, which is around 57,000, which again acted as support here and kind of acted as resistance back in this area along with support. So this would be a key level to watch after 60,000 is around 57,000. Now, if the bears are able to take advantage of that momentum and explode this price down, we would be more than likely headed back down towards the 618 level, which would put us at 51,000, which was previous resistance here. It has acted as support in the past and resistance, so that again would be a very valid level of 51,000. Now, if the bulls can turn this around and get this price moving back up, probably next week, seeming how today is Saturday, and crush through the 75,000 level, our next level is up here at the 1618 level, and that's around 87,000. And in reality, if this is going to continue to be a bull market, I fully expect in the next couple weeks to be somewhere between 75,000 and this 88,000 level. And again, that is if the bulls maintain control of this market. If they lose the grip on this battlefield and the bears take control, then we are probably headed back down to a minimum of 57,000, if not 51,000. Now, with that all being said, let's jump over to the daily candles on Binance for Bitcoin. And you can see we've been watching this kind of sideways motion ever since we reached up to 67,000. And what we were looking for is a bounce when the price came out of the ribbons. We got the bounce, however, we did get rejected at this trend line, back into the ribbons, got another bounce, however, no follow through on the bulls. So we retreated back into the ribbons. And then this week we did get a nice bounce out of the ribbons, but we ended up selling off for the remainder of the week. Part of that is due to the stock market and some inflation worries, which you would think would help Bitcoin's price. And initially it did. When the inflation numbers for the US first came out, Bitcoin went to an all-time new high. However, when the stock market opened and your institutional investors got involved, the price quickly sold off just like it did on the S&P. And if you're trading any of these cryptocurrencies, I highly recommend that you watch the stock markets for the different parts of the world. S&P perhaps here in the US. I also, when I first wake up in the morning, I look at what's going on in the East. I'll take a look at the DAX, the CAC, the FTSE, and I will also take a look at what happened in Asia overnight while I was asleep. So I had the S&P chart up on a monitor next to Bitcoin, and the moment I started to see the S&P sell off, I actually got short on Bitcoin and was able to catch a quick shoot and loot trade on the short side for just over 10% profit. Now, had I known the rest of the day Bitcoin was going to sell off after the S&P actually closed, I could have increased that amount of profit, but with my shoot and loot strategies, they're pretty much a get in and get out, and that one was a win for sure. But that trade was really based on watching price action and what was happening in the S&P at the time. Now, returning to the Bitcoin daily candle chart, what I am looking for now is a bounce out of these ribbons. We've come down, we're touching, starting to move sideways. And so I would be looking for a bounce out of the ribbons if the bulls are going to take control of this market again. And if we can break the previous all-time high of around 69,000, again, my price target is up here around 75,000 for the first level, and then perhaps somewhere around 88,000 to 90,000 for the second level. However, right now, with the sell-off going on, if the bears are able to drag this price down into the ribbons and get the price below the ribbons, you know I will be going short just like I did back here and pretty much any time in the past. When Bitcoin's price gets pulled down below the actual ribbons, that is a time for me to go short. As you would see back here, I got short and again got short back here. And again, I did the video where I actually got short here and grabbed a quick profit on the move down. So the bearish targets, the first one I'd really be looking at again is this 60,000 level, which is the yellow line you see running through the chart here. On multiple occasions, this 60,000 level has acted as support. So if we come into these ribbons and then perhaps get our bounce up, that could be a good move towards the upside. However, if the bears get the price below 60,000, then we're looking back at that 56, maybe 54,000 level. Somewhere in this zone would be the next push down. And then from there, again, we could be headed down as far as even 41,000 where we found support back here. But if we extend our trend line out where we have been rejected and bounced off of, you can see that we could come right down into this 56 to 54,000 level and bounce off of that. Again, if we break below this downsloping trend line, then I would look for a bigger sell-off. And so I think that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to do a quick video on the probabilities of where Bitcoin's price action could go if it breaks up. We're looking at 75,000 to 88,000. If it breaks down, then we're looking back at around 57,000 to perhaps say 51,000. And of course, if I see anything new on the charts, I will upload a new video. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos on this type of technical analysis. Also, if you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have questions or comments, drop those in the comment section down below. And remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.